Hello? Wow, I got.
Hello?
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I
My
am
cousin. Huh?
okay. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, my cousin actually told me to join the show, so I
Okay.
um I finally did.
All right. Well, hold the phone steady. What do you have to say about the things I've said tonight?
For me, I don't mind. I feel like people should be with who they want to be with.
Okay. Are you married or are you single?
I'm going through a divorce.
Okay. How long were you guys married?
We've been together 6 years, married 2.
Any children?
Yeah,
Um,
one.
one together?
Yeah.
Why
No,
you?
just one all together. Yeah.
But you have the child was born before the marriage or after or during the marriage?
Before.
Why are you guys getting divorced?
Uh it's just stressful. It seemed like once I had the baby, he kind of pushed me away. Um I thought the marriage would make us closer and it didn't.
Who filed for divorce?
He did, but I've been asking.
I mean, he filed, but you've been asking.
Yeah.
Did you guys try any kind of couples therapy or counseling?
He said he wants to try. He said he wants to fight for his family, but I know he's not happy too,
Okay.
so.
What about you?
Huh?
What about you? Do you want to? Are you just done with it?
Uh, I kind of want a break. I mean,
Okay. So you're how old? 31.
yeah.
You have one child.
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you finish college?
Yes.
What's your degree in?
Fashion merchandising.
Oh, so you broke,
Hmm?
huh?
Yes. Fashion merchandising,
Uh huh.
and my husband is he's a system analyst.
What's your career?
Stay at home mom.
So you broke. Like I said, so you broke.
No.
Yeah, you broke. Fashion merchandising is broke. I'm an image consultant. I'm an
Wow.
image consultant. Remember, I'm an image consultant.
Yes, no, it's
You're
I don't
broke.
need to work
You
because
broke. You broke. Okay, you're broke. You have okay. Once you are no longer married, you have to go out into the world. You have to go out into the world and work.
yeah, and I don't mind working. I
Mhm.
actually just got
What are
a
you gonna?
job.
But what are you gonna? But what do you think? My point is not to be funny, but I'm from the fashion and style side. Okay,
Yes.
what state do you live in?
Massachusetts.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think you'll be earning at the height of your career?
I don't have to just do fashion. There's other things that I
I
can do.
said, what do you think you'll be earning at the height of your career? I didn't say just fashion.
Um, I don't know. I feel like I could make up to, I don't know, 60 or right now. Um, I've always worked
At
though.
the height
Like,
of your career, okay, I'm just trying to ask a
well,
simple,
right now, I don't
but
know.
okay, but you need to know. See, hold on, you need to know all these things because now you're going to be a single woman. At the height of your career, $60,000 is what you think you can make?
Well, right now, like, I
There's
think
no
I
right.
would be
Okay,
fine.
ma'am, it's not like you're going to go back and get, okay, it's not trick questions.
Okay.
And money is finite.
Yes.
I know the fashion business very well, and most people are broke. $60,000 at the height of your career is the top. That means you have to work your way up to it. Let me give you an example. A single woman making $50,000 a year from age 25 to 65, and she gets a 3% cost of living adjustment every year to rise with inflation, means her money stays the same. And that woman is single and has no children. Okay, we got that? $50,000 for 40 years of working. 40 years of working, she makes $50,000 a year. And she saves $200 a month over that entire 40 years. That woman has a life expectancy of 85 years old. So from 65 to 85, when mandatory retirement happens, she can't work anymore, there's no more money, there's nothing. She's going to have a $750,000 hole she's going in her retirement. That means she's going to run out of money before life is over. What happens when the money runs out?
Well, nowadays I feel like there's so many like opportunities where
What
people
happens
don't
when
have
the
to
money? No, that's not nowadays.
okay.
You're 65 years old, no jobs. There's not nowadays. I don't know why we seem to think, where do you go and see people 65 years old or older working in mass? You don't. So when the money runs out, what happens?
Mm. Well, um, that wouldn't be my scenario.
No,
So,
no, 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 no. See, no. That's not what I asked you. Do you come from wealth? Is your family rich?
huh?
Is your family rich? Do you have millions set to the side already? No. So what happens when the money runs out for anybody? See, when women start wanting to answer questions, it's because they don't like the answer. What happens when the money runs out for anybody, man?
You figure something out.
No, you don't figure anything out. When the money's over, how do you figure something out if you can't earn any more money?
You find a job.
Okay, I'm trying to be polite, man, but over 65, there are no jobs. You're mandatory retirement. See, what I'm trying to show you guys is women really have a hard time conceptualizing when there are no options. They always feel like there's a way out. It's called, if you run out of money in this country and there's no way to make more money, where do you go? Where do you live? Where? How do you pay your bills? How do you get groceries? This isn't a trick question, man. Where do you live?
I guess then you're homeless.
Thank you.
Scenario.
Thank you. So it's a 31-year-old woman with a degree in fashion merchandising. You and I both know that you don't get rich doing that. You're going to be making average money with a child. The scenario I gave you was a woman making $50,000 and no child and saving money. You'll have less than that. So I want you to tell me how stressful your marriage is. See, today women think that they can live, women think they can I'll just divorce and be happy. And I'll just work. Do you realize the largest growing segment of homeless people are women and children? You're not rich. You don't have a high-paying career. I say the same thing to every woman. And why am I looking at you? And it's like, do you not believe this is real?
No, I'm listening to you.
But you say that wouldn't be your scenario. Why won't it be your scenario?
Well, my soon-to-be ex would still help us.
Not when you're not after his child is out. See, why would he help you? His child, your child is how old?
4.
Yeah, after your child is 18, he ain't gonna help you.
Well, obviously not. Like, I would figure something out by then.
Ma'am, what can you figure out if you're like everybody, if you're like average women who is making $60,000, and that's twice as much as the average black woman makes in this country? Why do you keep saying you can figure something out? If 65
Before,
is mandatory retirement, where are you going to go work to where you can earn a lot of money at 65?
well, before then, I would probably go back to school. I would figure out a plan with my child, daycare. I don't know. Oh, my rabbit.
So, okay. So, you have a degree in fashion merchandising. What's your plan on how to make enough money to cover two incomes and retire safely? What's your plan?
Well, um, right now, I would find a job and
Mhm.
also my husband would help.
No, no, ma'am. He's not going to be your husband. Why would a man you're divorcing pay your French toast bills? Will he still going to have access to your vagina? But you should still have access to his money. I'm not joking, ma'am. I'm being deadly serious. And this is another woman, a black woman, who's talking about being married is stressful. So you think it's going to be less stressful to be a single mother out there making average money, working paycheck to paycheck, never getting ahead? What you gonna leave to your daughter? If you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, the answers are you'll be either be homeless or you'll be a burden on your child. So my question is, as an adult, is this how we're supposed to be living our lives? I'm not happy. It's too hard. And I'm just asking you very basic, simple life and family planning stuff. And you've got no answer. But what we do know is you got a degree in fashion merchandising. Do you have any student loan debt?
Yes.
Over $10,000?
Um, yes.
Over $20,000?
No.
Okay. So, ma'am, have you thought about any of these things?
Yes, I have thought about those things.
So why is it easier? Why do you think it would be preferable to go through life as a divorced woman, doing it all by yourself, when at least 4 times in this conversation you have said you can rely on your ex-husband? Why does that make sense to you?
Uh, it doesn't make sense. You're completely right. It does not make sense. It makes
So,
me
hmm?
think about things in a different way. It's not, yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of you ladies just think relationships like you're still in high school, like it's not real. So when I asked why you guys are getting a divorce, you said he filed, but you asked for it because it's stressful. So what if he decides, what if your ex-husband got married and had another kid? Then anything you talk about him getting any additional money, he'd be paying child support at best, and that would be it. So the question is, are you going to have a career? You've been a stay-at-home mom, right?
Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
All right. So you're going to go from being a stay-at-home mom, where your husband's paying all the bills, right?
Yes.
You're choosing to go out here and have to be a working single mother, a working unmarried mother, working divorced mother, a single mother, to get out here and have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning to get your dog or kid ready to go to school, to get out here and commute to work, to get out here and work for $20, $25, $30 an hour, maybe. To do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your daughter gets home. You got to get her home. Sit down, look over her homework, cook a meal, get her ready to go to bed. 9 o'clock, 9:30, she's in bed. Then you got to be in bed by 11 o'clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's no social life. There's no dating at 31 with a kid. Nobody, best you're gonna have sex with somebody. There's no glamorous life. There's no, I'm going to be fashion merchandising and moving up the corporate chain and having a glamorous career. Retail jobs are dead. If you don't know that, I'm telling you, the retail sector died prior to coronavirus. The only thing that some life support. So when's the last time you actually worked a 40-hour week?
Well, I worked before I had my daughter like 5 years ago, but I always did like side
things. So you haven't worked a full-time job in over 5 years.
Yeah.
So basically, you are a minimum wage worker.
Not necessarily.
Okay, okay. With all due respect, man, fashion merchandising degree, where are you going to go work?
Well, my degree is not only in fashion, it's in business as well. So I can do other things.
But you have but your resume says what it says.
Mm-hmm. But you can always find a job. Like if you put yourself out there.
A job. And jobs aren't careers. I come from the retail side. These people work hourly. They don't have benefits.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go work? Where are some industries you think you can go work in?
Well, I just got a job right now, so
where?
I'm actually working as a secretary.
A secretary?
Yeah.
Is it part-time or full-time?
It's a full-time job.
How much are you making an hour?
I don't want to disclose that.
Right. Right. We all know how much secretaries make. You're making less than $50,000 a year. If you're making 35, you're lucky. I do this in real life, man. I'm not trying to be funny.
No,
what I'm trying to show you is you think you have lived in a bubble as a housewife, and whatever your problems are, I suggest you take a deep, hard look at what the world is going to be like when you're out there working as a secretary. Because that's all you're really qualified to do, secretary or entry-level retail. There are people who are working in Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue right now who have fashion merchandising degrees and 4-year degrees, and they are working at the fragrance counter. Do you live in a home, a house, or an apartment?
Well, we live in an apartment now. We were going to look for a home, but
my point is, after your divorce, you would be in an apartment. Do you own a car?
We have one car.
Okay, so you don't own a car.
Yeah.
So you would be living in an apartment, and you haven't worked in over 5 years. Ma'am, do you hear how far behind you are?
I don't think that's behind. Like, being a mother is a huge responsibility.
Financially behind, ma'am, I don't care how big a responsibility it is. That doesn't matter. When you go to put a lease in an apartment, they don't care about any of that. They want to know, are you making 2.5 times the rent? Can you prove that have the income verification to get this apartment. That's all they care about. And the credit. They don't care about your fucking life story or mine. When it's time to go get a car, you're either gonna buy it in cash or you're gonna have to put it in credit and get it on credit. They don't care about your soul. You got to pay. And I'm giving you a reality check of what is just what's the very, very tip of what's waiting for you. And this is preferable over staying with your husband?
Huh?
And you prefer to do this than stay with your husband? Because even if you did get it going, if somehow you were able to get an apartment and you were able to get a car, it's not gonna be any luxury, it'll be even reliable transportation. What comes next? Is there gonna ever be another man? Do you want any more kids? Do you want any more children?
I kind of want to go back to school and just focus on my career.
Thank you, folks. When I tell you, when Black women run out of ideas, the first place they will run is back to school. I said it so many times. You guys knew that was coming. When we run out of options and life gets hard, they run back to school. School is like the home base. It's the safe place. Remember when you played tag? The home base, or where you couldn't be tagged at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go into student loan debt to go back to school, to focus on your career in what?
Yeah, but I would.
Your career in what? Your career on what?
I was thinking about going to school for psychology.
One of the seven deadly careers. Communication, psychology, sociology, criminal justice.
But it's how you market yourself too. You can't just box everyone in like one little, because that's what you, obviously there's a max that people can make, but there's always that exception. If you're willing to work hard and put yourself out there.
Black women believe more in possibility versus probability. You're hearing it all, folks. You're seeing it all happen in real time. The special snowflake, the not all, the know-all, not all, the dislike of generalizations, the possibility over probability. This is a pathology.
Execute Order 66.
This is a programmed pathology in our community. This is the reason you guys we see this over and over again, because this is how our women have been taught to think. Get out of relationships because they're too hard, and then go back to school because school is a big building and it's prestigious. The school is like husband. School and job replace man. But you got to go pay. You'd rather go pay to be in school to get a degree in psychology to do what?
Well, I always wanted to be a social worker to help people.
You can't help yourself.
That's not true.
Ma'am, rewind this conversation.
I can help myself. I'm not disabled. I can find a way, just like many other women have.
Many other women, Jesus Christ. You can't, I swear to God, you can't make this up. The aggrandizement and the arrogance of women. The average Black woman in this country makes, what is it, $28,000 a year. Man, you're a secretary.
Yeah, but I'm not limited to that.
Yes, you are.
Because
You are limited. You are
today
limited. You are limited.
They're gonna be
Let me
that tomorrow.
let me let you in on a secret. Let me let you in on a real heart. You are limited. You're limited by your education. You're limited by your skill set. And
No,
you're limited by,
I'm
listen. I don't care.
reject that.
You are limited.
I reject that.
This is why watch it, people. Watch it. Here it comes. Because now I've tripped off the black girl ego. And now she's going to be the strong, independent. I don't need no, I can do whatever. That's the trick. See, they tap into their survival instinct and their pride to make them do stupid shit like this. We're all limited, ma'am. We're all limited. You're limited by the 24 hours a day you have and the 7 days of the week. You're limited by your circumstance. You're limited by your money. You're limited by your geography. And intelligent adults understand limitations. Only children sit around talking about, well, it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. You're a 31-year-old woman with a fashion merchandising degree and working as a secretary.
It doesn't matter. At least I'm working.
It doesn't matter because when I asked her at the end of the day, who's going to bail you out? My ex-husband. I swear to God, people, y'all think I was doing this shit to be rude and mean, but I have to do this to expose the way our ladies think. Man, this is crazy. Your ego is fucking with you. Your pride is making you say silly shit. You're limited. Your income is limited. Do you at least acknowledge that your income today is limited?
No, I'm not going to take that in, what you're saying, because...
So your income today is unlimited.
Well, I'm not going to put myself in a box just because today I'm in this situation. Yesterday, I didn't have a job. Today, I have a job. Tomorrow,
listen to him, people. Listen to this stuff, people. And this is a mother.
Yeah, I am.
But I just told you, man.
Are you a father?
Well, oh, yes, I am, and I'm teaching my daughter better than this shit right here.
Right.
And she watches this show too. Because, ma'am, when I just told you you're limited, people have always been limited. But now we got people who believe because they don't like facts that they can just talk and make it real. This manifest shit is fantasy. You are limited. Did they pay you $100 an hour to be a secretary? No, because there is an upper limit on the hourly wage of a secretary. That's all I'm saying. You are limited. You didn't go to school and attain competency, and you have not done the work to be qualified to have higher income. So you don't have to put yourself in you don't have to put yourself in a box, but the box is where you are no matter what. You're in a box.
No, that's a mindset. There's always resources and things that people can do to elevate themselves. You're not stuck. That's a mindset that you're telling people that they're stuck because they're in a situation right now. Like, no, things can change. You can make small steps and get there. My mother, she supported herself through school,
the difference is,
and she had 3 kids.
The difference between men and women is men have to make the things happen. You ladies just manifest them. You don't even think about the stuff. All the stuff I've asked you, man, you haven't even thought about. So you can pop that shit all you want to. Your ultimate backup plan was my ex-husband to help me.
Well, at the moment, like
you're limited by your self-awareness too. You lack awareness. That's a limitation. And see, this is one of the biggest tricks. When you get our women in their ego, in their pride, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right, they will commit Harry themselves. The average black woman's ego and pride dwarfs most men. And that's sick. Because it makes you think you can do stuff that really is not capable. But just because it's possible, just because somebody somewhere did it once upon a time, when every other group of women is twice as married, if not more, because they recognize, you know what? I have this kind of education. I have this kind of level of intelligence, and this level, I got this going. This is who I am. And this is where it kind of ranks in the world. I'm going to need help in order to not have to live a hard life. I can get out here and work by myself, but I'm going to be living paycheck to paycheck, never getting ahead, never experiencing. It's going to be hard. But every other group of women seems to figure out, you know what, it may be better to try to stay with our men. But no, I want to act like going to school. And what are they going to school for? She didn't say, I'm going to go to school to become a lawyer or a surgeon or something like that. She wants to go to school to go into debt, to get a psychology degree, to be a social worker. And social work earns what? That's what the whole program at USC was talking about. Targeting Black women with a $115,000 2-year social work degree for a job that paid $48,000 a year.
Execute Order 66.
Autopilot, people. And I want you folks to understand, whether you like my methods or not, you got to realize, how you going to make it, ma'am? Don't know. Well, my ex-husband will pay. Your ex-husband will pay you? Yeah. I would leave too. I would leave too. If I said some silly shit like that, I would leave too. Don't get mad at me.